Hello, hello. It's Friday and I'm back on our new schedule. I don't have a moderator today, but that's fine because we're going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial. So I will wait for a few people to join us before I begin. And I'd like to say welcome if you're new here. My name is Sharon. I am Texture Junkies, and you can find me here. Don't forget to check the community page for photos, and because I'm not on Facebook anymore. And I am on TikTok under the same name. And I'm looking to add a third. I did go to Blue Sky at one point, but then TikTok came back, and now it seems like we're all going to have to leave on purpose. So I will talk about that later. If you're here and you're in the background, please let me know. Raise your hand. And also, if you could leave a thumbs up and a comment is always appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't before. Oh, hey, you're the first one here, Shannon. I know this new schedule hasn't been as productive for everyone, I think, or maybe it has. I don't know. It definitely changed things. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sherry. We're going to be doing something so fun today. And honestly, I was on Pinterest. I scrolled a little bit because I was at my mom's during the week. She's in a wheelchair. She's doing a bit better, but she needs a lot of help. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm live Friday morning. I didn't get home until Thursday night, which was last night. And I thought, I've got to find something for us to do. So I was just doing my regular scroll on Pinterest. And this thing popped up. And I don't know why it popped up because it wasn't in my, usual stuff. Mo, hey, sure, you're here early. Hi, Joanne. Oh, I'm glad you all made it for this fun step-by-step process. Anyway, this thing showed up and I was like, why aren't we doing that with paper or with what we do? And I was surprised I hadn't seen it. I mean, they've been around for thousands of years, or at least 1,000. And hi, Anna. Not sure if you can make the whole thing. That's okay. That's all right. Mo is our Speedy Fingers. So if anybody needs a link or has a question, she's usually good for that. And I appreciate you all so much. And Mo, thank you for being the Speedy Fingers. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to pull one card from our Inner Sunshine cards so that we can begin, because what we're doing is kind of, honestly, it was a project. I needed to find something quickly, and I was so excited when I saw it. But what we're doing is a little bit can be woo-woo for you anyway. So, or not. I mean, it can be about Elvis. It doesn't matter. So let's pull one of these just for funsies. And these, remember, have the kangaroo on them, which makes me feel like they're from Australia. That's the one. That's the one we need today for our best and highest good. It has found us. Are we ready? All right. Oh, Inner Healing. And it has a crow, which is my favorite. God has, Source, has brought me to the ideal state of being to be healed within. When I find weakness, I turn it into strength. I point my thoughts into the light. Darkness transforms into courage. As a result, I become stronger. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? That's perfect for right now. It's so perfect. So let's keep that in mind. We'll try to post this. I've just been so busy, you guys. I haven't had a chance to do my nails. My house is falling apart. I've just been, busy taking care of Mom and, amongst other things, summery things. We actually went swimming last weekend, which was pretty cool. We haven't done that in a long time. Okay, I'm going to get that photo. Gorgeous picture, too. Okay, so let me take this away, and I'm going to go ahead and put that one back, and I'll stuff it in the middle. Okay. All right. And I just did the quick tray today. All right. And put away our, you know what? Let's keep our goddess out here because we could need her. I'm gonna pull that to the side too. We could need her, right? You always need a goddess, right? So this thing that I found is something that's been around for a long time, and I'm going to give you a tiny bit of history here and something to look at while I do it, just in case you need something. All right, let me see. I pulled it up. It should be right in here. Okay. This is what we're going to make is a pocket altar. And Catholics have made pocket altars or pocket shrines throughout history. And what they are is portable devotional items, particularly popular among soldiers for comfort and reminders of faith during times of conflict. These small, often personalized containers hold religious items like statues, medals, prayer cards, providing a tangible connection to religious practice, which could be Elvis. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can do anything you want with this. When they're away from churches or during challenging circumstances, which we are in right now, I think, all over the world. And its history, the concept of a portable altar dates back to ancient times when early forms used for private devotion or as a gift to the church. Middle Ages, portable altars were often commissioned as luxurious gifts by bishops and wealthy laymen, intended for churches and reflecting the era emphasis on outward expressions of piety. In the 19th and 20th centuries, pocket shrines became a wildly popular item, especially during the World Wars, so soldiers could carry them in their pocket for protection. And in modern use, their prevalence has been decreased, but you can still come by some with the Catholics in the Catholic Church. But we are going to personalize these in a way that makes them extra special for you. You can carry it in your pocket. You can unroll it and hang it on your wall if you make it out of something more durable. Often they were found in satin and felt or a lined satin. Sometimes there's stitching, there's charms. None of it has to match from area to area. You feel like you need a goddess? That is what we're doing today. I always do a goddess, you know that. But I mean, to have a little something in your pocket, or you keep it in your purse, you just, when you see it or feel it in your pocket, you are reminded that you are strong. And that's what it's about. It's about, remembering that you can do anything. So with that said, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this because I got home last night and then I got up early this morning, having a hard time walking. And, I just really overdid it at Mom's. And I tend to do that. So I kind of poked around and thought, what would I like to use in mine? And we're going to do a paper one first, but I encourage you to go look through your other things and see if you could do one out of, I got this roll of wallpaper from Grandma. This is just a cut off of it. It's a huge roll of wallpaper. And I think I'm going to put this on the back of mine. Isn't that cool? It's very 1970s, 1960s. I don't know. I love it. You could do canvas and paint it. You can use any medium you want on it. And we're going to do a little bit of everything today. So with that said, do you all have your piece of paper? This is going to be your pattern to show you how to do it. And you can have a regular piece of paper. You can have a 12 by 12 piece of paper, you can have a piece of wallpaper, you can have a piece of fabric, but let's get our pattern down first. And then you decide what you want to make yours out of, or if you just want to continue to decorate the one you've got. Okay. All right. Is everybody with me? Sound like fun? Okay, so when you have your papers ready, let me know and we will get started. And then we'll just be using scraps and whatever. And I'll show you kind of what I decided here to put in mine, and share some options, you know. And like I said, this can be anything you want. So, Shannon, have you already left us? Oh, well, you have a fabulous day, Shannon. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I'm not seeing anybody. I guess you're all grabbing your paper. Or my computer's being weird. Oh, you just screenshotted some old family photos taking over 100 years. Oh, this is the perfect project for that. I was thinking you could do these to friendships. You could do friends. You could do your family. It can be anything that makes you strong. Anything. And I know you, Julie. I know who you're going to dedicate this to. Oh, that's okay, Julie. No, this is really simple. You'll see. And then once you have your pattern, you can trace it out and do it on anything. So, or you can recreate it the same. Okay, so I'm just going to use a 5x7 piece of paper. There's an option to use a 12x12 as well. And I will show you that quickly when we're done with this. For your mom. Oh, I think that's wonderful. She is your strength, isn't she, Julie? Yeah. We all get so much from our moms. Well, most of us. Okay. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Oh. You'll watch first, and then I think right now we could all use a little bit of this. So what I want you to do, turn your paper sideways, and you're going to be folding it in threes. So don't crease it yet. And it doesn't have to be perfect. None of this has to be perfect. You'll see why. Okay, and you're just going to want to kind of give it a fold into threes, you know, kind of see, it's not totally matched up on the edge, and that's fine. That's fine. So this is going to be my pattern, and you can use your bone folder for this. You can also glue these in journals, by the way. Okay, and then turn it and open it up, turn it the other way. Now I want you to fold it in half. So I'm going to go up. Fold it in half like this. So if you're going to use a piece of paper, you're going to want to double it. And what you can do with a second, you know, when you're done doing your folding, is lay it down on something stronger, piece of cardstock, or even another piece of paper. It can be a gel print, anything you want, and trace it out. Okay, and then you're going to fold it in one to the center, and then flip it around. Everybody with me? And then to the center again, lining up. Okay, so what you should have is 3 across and 4 this way. Okay, got that? Oh, I'm sorry, Julie. Well, we're all giving you a hug. I know that we all love our crafting family, our artsy family, and I am sending you love. Okay, so now what I want you to do is grab a pencil. Anything will work as long as you can see it. Don't worry about, it's not, you know, this isn't permanent right here. So what I want you to do is I want you to trace out the corner on the top and the corner on the other side. So you're holding your paper vertical. And then what I want you to do is go from the bottom corner and go up 2 squares and across. See, it's turning into a cross. And do it again. Like that. So this is what we have. Oh, yeah. Hey, let's have a group hug, shall we? It sounds like we could all use it. Right, Anne? Yeah. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut these off. We're not done yet, but cut these parts out so we end up with a cross shape. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. No need for that. You'll see why. It's going to be easy. There are several ways you can glue these down into a journal as well, from several of the squares on the back. You know, it doesn't have to be just the middle. Okay, so we're doing that. I know we're going to be doing the shape on these sides too, but to get the idea of, boy, that was a little notch there. Okay, so to get the idea, what it's going to do is go up, over, up. I suppose it could have gone, let's see, up, over, I guess, and then down. So it's kind of an envelope, but we've got to do the edges still. Okay, so you kind of have an envelope. Now I'm sure there's a way to thread this through on one side if you wanted to make it more secure, but what I'm thinking in the end is now, and remember they used to do these with fabric, in the end, I think I'm going to put like a button on mine and a piece of elastic or a ribbon or something like that, you know. And then I see I want to do some trimming up here. Okay, we're going to unfold it. Okay, and then I found something to trace around that is round. You could also use a circle punch. It's a circle punch, but these were a little small, and this was the biggest circle I had. I feel like I have a bigger one, and I don't know where it's at. I don't know. And then I know I have a bigger one somewhere. I must have been using it in something. But I found this, and it seemed to be about the right size for what I needed. So I traced around it on just some black packaging. And what's going to happen is this is going to go like this at the top, kind of. Let me get a piece of paper to put behind this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Does that help? Okay. So now you can glue these down and use this like this, or you can just use this as your template after you get it all taped up. But I'm going to back mine, so it doesn't matter. So like that. So there'll be a little bit of the gap right here. Boy, I did cut that bad. I guess it goes to show it doesn't matter. The other way you could do this would be to fold it and make like an arch. You know, that shape I like so much, the arch, by folding it in half and giving it a whoop. We can use our corner punch. Let me reach for it here. Okay. Using our corner punches. Oh yeah, you can use any size. It can be 12 by 12. I'm going to show you how to do it with a 12 by 12 as well. So then we want to maybe soften those edges, and you can do that as well by folding it in half and doing it that way. Or if you have a card that you have cut, that's just for whatever. Somewhere here I have a card I cut, you know, to make some guide. Here it is. It's just one of those ones they send you in the mail, and I've got some different cuts here. And then I've got some rounds. So you can also do it that way, trace it out. Or you can go ahead and use your corner punch. Doesn't need it right there. It needs it on these ones. So I want to get the basic shape down. Go ahead and do some whatever kind of work you need to do. Things you don't like about it. This now is your chance. And this one. So your cardstock gel prints would be so perfect for this. Be such a great way to use them. You can also point it at the bottom with the arch shape and hang like a tassel from it if you're going to put it on your wall. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, thanks, Mo. Thank you. Oh, we are a friendly group. We love everyone and everyone's welcome. We I believe your vibe attracts your tribe, and we have a great tribe here with a beautiful vibe. So, okay, so I'm going to set this aside and we're going to show the 12 by 12 version of this. So the 12 by 12, you're going to kind of do the same thing, but you're going to go 4 and 4 because, you know, it's a square. So you're going to fold in, well, wait, Julie, fold in half. And let me not muddy it here so you guys can see the new folds, because I know that you can see my pencil. And then you're going to fold into that crease in the middle, and same thing to that crease in the middle. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side, because you're going 4 and 4 to the crease in the middle, to the crease in the middle. And then as you see, what happens is you just don't use this strip, and you can use it elsewhere on here. And you do the same thing again, getting that 3 by 4 sort of cross shape out like that. Sure, there are other shapes we could do for this too. We could do like an X, or, you know, if you are not okay with this shape, that is fine. I get it. So that said, now we've got our template that I cut out. And now I want to put it on. I'm going to put it on this and trace it out. I cut this off ahead of time and rolled it the other way, because, you know, it's been rolled up like this for how many years? And it really wants to curl. So I thought it might make it easier, but, you know, we'll see. It's a big roll. It was my grandma's, and I love it. I love the pattern on it. It's so cool. My mom does sort of crafting stuff, and I've been reorganizing her craft room for her, which I do. And it's not just a room, it's a building. And it's full of stuff, but it's not my kind of stuff. But when I run across grandma's things, that's a different story. So let me put it this way. Put that up there. And now I want to trace it out. Now I could cut the paper and do the whole folding thing again, but if I'm going to trace it out, then I can go ahead and put this shape at the top that I want and have it all included. So got to glue those down, or tape might work. Let's use this. I haven't used this all week, so should be clogged, nice and clogged. I'm just kind of guessing here. Sorry, pin in mouth. I know I shouldn't, but I do. So I'm gonna kind of center that. Okay. And then same thing. I think I'm gonna do it this way this time. Just guess. And So once you do if you do your template, you could do this in any medium. It would be a lot of fun in the felt. I understand why they did it, so they could do little stitches around it, and colored embroidery thread would be really fun on it. I don't know why I put that back. Like a blanket stitch around the edges, or so we're going to be putting a little pocket. It'll need to have a little pocket in it to add a removable devotional item like your focal point. And that might be like a photo of your mom, Julie. Oh, I kind of missed a spot there, didn't I? It's a lot of glue. It wasn't clogged. I did just refill it, so. Okay, so I ordered, been using a lot of glossy accents because it glues down gems and stuff pretty easily, or the kind of things I've been working with lately. And hi, Jen. Thanks, Julie. Hey, Paula. What is a Mac Airbox, Paula? I don't know what that is. Is it a speaker? If you want to say anything to me, make sure to put it in all caps because I'm not doing a mod today. Kylie has been busy with some family stuff and she's got stuff going on. So we are winging it. And I didn't ask Eddie because we were doing a tutorial today or a step-by-step. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and trace this out now. And I probably want to take it all the way down so I can save myself a cut. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You could actually do the back of it larger than the front if you want. And I think my gold pencil is probably, no. Like this. So it's off my board over here. I know, I'm sorry. Oh, I hope you can see it. Whoop. I'm just doing it roughly, and then I can trim it up after. Okay, so there's my overall general shape there. You do it smaller as well if you want to take a half-size piece of paper and you do the same folds. All right, so where are my scissors? There they are. I'm going to get this off of here at least. I thought this wallpaper was perfect. And I'm not trying to make anything match. So whatever focal point I am going with does not have to match. From square to square that you deal with, none of it has to match. It all has to be meaningful. That's what it has to do. Now, if you want to make it match, because you're going to do it about David Bowie or something, you can. But you don't have to. Traditionally, they wouldn't be because it would be meaningful items for protection. We need goddess protection right now. I hope everybody's hanging in there. Yeah, it's a template. And then, or it could be the one you decorate today, Julie. I'm going to probably take that black one that I did right there as the template. And I'm probably just going to glue it to the inside of this. So I have begun. Oh, it's a laptop. What? Oh, that's cool. But so I'm further along because I know I can make another one if I want. And I don't really need a template at this point. I'm going to just go ahead and use the black. Kind of rounding out those edges. So this was a traditional shape right here with the bubbly edge at the top. So it's not technically a cross, but it could be different. I think this though was smaller, but not what the look I was going for. Smaller so that it would fold in. I'm going to fold the little flaps back. You could also fold them in. Maybe I will fold them in and do it like a door that's opening, like a double door. That's not good, is it? There we go. Such pretty wallpaper. I love it. Good pieces. I should stuff some of this in Kylie's package, huh? I think she would like it. Where is she going to get American wallpaper from the 60s? I'm pretty sure it's the 60s. I've been putting in her package things that I know that she can't get there, which is fun. Okay, so let's see if I did it. I did the thing. Look at that. So I'm going to glue that down and we're going to get started so that we can move on. So your traditional scrap bin will work here too. When you get to this stage, or you can pick out something meaningful, but I think this is a great way to use up scraps. Like you could do a master board and then make these. How sweet would that be? Great way to use up scraps. You could put them in all your journals and, you know, give them as gifts and maybe tuck them in family photo albums. That would be fun. I'm deciding on the glue right now. Because this is wallpaper, it's probably pre-pasted. And that would be an awful lot of my fine tip bottle glue. So I think what I'm going to do is just my school glue mix, which is school glue and water. My regular decoupage mix. I left brushes in my water all week up here. I'm so mad at myself. I was surprised this morning when I came up and found three good paint brushes in there. So I'm going to glue it down and then I'll do any trimming I want to do after. Get this started. I should have this on a piece of paper. What am I thinking? Let's bring this back, huh? All right. So I'm going to lay this down and do a little bit at a time, so I can get it set on there right. I'm going to put something here also so I don't have these creases like that. It'll be covered like one of my special things or whatever I choose there. Okay, you guys remember our kit from a couple years ago with the goddesses? Because I was in a hurry, I was digging through stuff and then I thought, oh my gosh, why don't I just use that? So that's what I decided. I did pull some other stuff out. I may change my mind, but I did pull out some of those girls and I thought they were kind of perfect. I also have a cool goddess charm. I have many of them, but I pulled one out for this. And the thing is, you can put little jump rings on because they, you know, or find a way to attach a charm and it would be removable. They would have charms in theirs. The charm could be what is securing it. Also, when you fold it up, put it on the elastic or on the ribbon. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, oh boy, I did get that crooked, didn't I? I'm going to flip it over because I think it'll be easier to press down on the other side. So let's see. Yeah. It's funny that this showed up on my page right now. Just in the, when you open it and random things show up. Because I do shrines, because I do little 3D shrines and assemblage stuff like that, apparently Pinterest thought I needed to see this today or yesterday. It was last night, actually. It was before I left Mom's, though, that I finally figured it out. It was because I didn't get home until late. I know I see a gap here. I can still go around the edges with the other fine-tipped glue, but I want to get the general, you know, a glue stick might have worked too. Maybe you have some pretty wrapping paper you'd like to use. That would be fun. You can put paper on fabric. That's okay too. Where is my lid? There we go. All right. I did get that really crooked. That's okay. So I am going to take this, just go around some of these edges where it wants to curl. They like to curl because of the paste on the wallpaper. It's always difficult until the wallpaper is nice and saturated or it activates the paste. All those. Got it. No. Lexi! So I went swimming on Sunday and I thought of you and I took pictures and I haven't posted them yet, Lexi. There's a place we go that has the most beautiful rainbow collection of rocks I've ever seen, ever. And every time I go there, and I did it last time too and took pictures for you, I made a collection of rocks on the beach. And this time we were there all day because we went swimming, just Bill and I and the dog. And I brought some home, but you wouldn't believe what I found was not just agates, but geodes, like with the crystals inside. I found chunks of them along the beach and I kept finding them. I've never found anything like that in my life out. And I'm a rock hound. Like I trip over things because I'm looking at the ground sometimes. So I look forward to sharing the photos. I haven't been good about that lately since I left Facebook, and it's harder to know if you guys are even seeing them on the community posts. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim this out just a little bit and trim up any of my edges that I'd like to see differently. Okay, and I'm okay with it hanging out over the top here. I like that. Maybe just a little more here. We can ink our edges and make that all disappear too on the inside. It would be cool if I had made, you know, like carefully done it and actually made the outside whiter. And to have that little white edge would be nice, but I didn't, and that's okay. We left the camper over at Mom's again. And we're going to go over there Saturday night because it's some family property, and my stepbrother and his wife also have a home on the property, but they made a bird watching campground that people go to, and it's overlooking ponds, and there's a trail, and there's fire pits. There's like 10 camp spaces, and we're going to just go and stay Saturday night in there, which will be nice. Okay, so my first thought was, as far as the goddesses go, I'm going to move this goddess away. She's going to still be here with us, but farther away. So what I want to do is I'm going to be building up paper and whatever on here. I guess I better fold it first, huh? So I can see my edges and know that it's done. And then I'm going to fold these in so it'll be like a gate opening. You could probably tuck them in here though and keep it in this space right here to keep it closed as well. That's cool, huh? I like that. So let's go like this. And then this. That's cool. That worked out. Very envelope-y. Oh yeah, they just were hanging out on the ground. It's a dam that has they flooded a town for this dam, and weird things come up like wood from houses. So it's like lumber that's been prepped. And then I get all the walking sticks there. There's waves there because it's so big. So it actually moves. It's not like the Great Lakes big, but it's a larger dam. It's pretty long. And so I find all kinds of fun things there. Sometimes when the water is out, you'll find broken pottery, or there's a train trestle that'll show when the water's super low. Oh yeah, Velcro, a magnet, that would be fun. So this looks ugly because it's packaging and it's got glue on it, and it had a shine. That's okay, I will cover it. Won't matter. So I was thinking, like, it would be fun to use stickers. I want to use a strong woman. She's nice and strong. I was liking her. She's beautiful. This is another different new set that came. It would be fun to do one entirely from my old 17 magazines. And that was something that was left over, a scrap from another. I took the girl next to her. These are cool. I could do one about Mona Lisa. You guys know I use Mona Lisa all the time, and I have stamps. It's another 60s magazine. Here's a door that could end up in one of the spaces that could open, the double doors, or just, these were thoughts I had. They don't have to match too. So I could do like some music there. But what I decided to do in the end was just get out that kit that we did a couple years ago. And I think these are going to be striking, and I kind of have a plan with these, and you really only need one focal point. And I'm going to cover most of the black too. I'll be covering that. So let me set this off to the side. Maybe we'll use a little wallpaper on the inside. We'll see. I have some stickers because they used to use lace inside them, like crocheted. Okay. That was weird. Did I just black out, you guys? My PC did. It's never happened. Let me know you're still here and that didn't happen to you guys. So I thought I might use one of these. These are just stickers. You could use the real thing though. I do have these. They are rub-on transfers. These were already sitting on my desk. These came from Mom's last time. And then I've got these little pockets here. Maybe I should use one of those or a mica tile in the center to make a pocket. And then I thought I'd use, of course, some textury bits. Maybe an envelope. You could have little things that flip up. So, I mean, this could be a whole big thing if you wanted to make lots of little, you know, little flip ups and little things that open and pockets, maybe a little band to tuck something. But there's lots of options, and you can make it at any size too that way. If you have to use some pretty big paper if you're going to make it bigger than this though. So I'm going to set these off to the side here because I know I kind of want to use those. And we'll see what else. I was thinking even, I've got these round playing cards, and I do the Queen of Heart I collect. She would be kind of cool in the center. Doesn't really toot my horn though. So let's grab some scrappy bits and start doing some gluing before I lay my ladies out there. Let's see what I got. I just have a few things that I threw in a container here. Just a few. I think I want to use my stamps and stencils sold at PM Artist Studio. These guys. I think I'm going to cut one of these out and use it, or I could just go straight to the stamp piece of the stencils. I do have some cardstock here that I could make these out of in the first place, but let's see. I'm going to go for some of these smaller pieces, I think. I just like threw some stuff in. Got tissue paper. I'm going to use some tissue paper for sure. That's got some writing on it. Let's see. I like that, but it competes with my black and white tissue paper. I like the red. That's wallpaper too. That's dark again. Maybe I collect the number 4. I think that's perfect. And again, I'm not trying to make this match, but we'll see. We'll see what my brain wants to do in the end, because you know our brains will try to make things match. Maybe I could cut that out and use it as my pocket. It's on a shrink plastic and it's a stamp. We'll see where my brain goes here as I'm creating. This was I was sent several of these from Charmaine in a Happy Mail package, and I don't know what they were for, but it's like gold leaf on there or silver leaf. It looks gold. Maybe glue some of that down. That's a bit of a sticker. Great way to use some stickers, you guys. There's a bit of green I like. This was a piece of paper. It was a calendar, and I sanded over a plastic placemat. You know I love that. And let's stop there and see where we're at. Of course, you could use all the scrapbook paper and, you know, whatever you want, whatever you like. Let me see. I could use some of these too. I kind of like that. I'm going to kind of look at this like each square except for one. And I think it's going to be dun, 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 I think it's going to be her kind of in the center. Right there. And she'll fold up in it. So maybe I should have her at the top and have something round behind her head like that. Because you know I like to do that. My pocket. Wonder if she can be on a card and slide down in. Oh, that's it. All right, so I'm going to glue her down to something heavier so that I can insert her. I kind of just want to glue her down. If I do that, I could still insert or insert at her feet. Could be the pocket. All right, I want to cut out the butterfly. Problem is, I want to do it all. You know, I want to do it all. I'm going to leave a place here and use some hardware, I think, to attach this just between the wings. So it's kind of like a band. And I never know what to do with the antenna with butterflies, you guys. Like when you're cutting something out, it's fine if you can redraw that antenna on there, but if it's something like this, it's not like I can redraw it on there because I'm using it as a pocket. Your brain always goes matchy matchy. Mine does too. Yeah. Oh, thank you for loading those in for me, Mo. I appreciate that. I have a goddess charm to use. I did get to pull out just a couple little things I thought might be good for this. And that was the first thing I thought of was, oh, I just tore it. Darn it. It's okay. I can fix it. I think I can fix it. With another piece behind there, maybe. Okay. Over here. You could really pick anything you want. I think that would be fun. Okay, see if I can see it. Can I glue this down? You know what would be easier? I don't know why I didn't think of this first. My micro pour tape. Okay. Look at that. Much easier. And maybe I should reinforce some of the weaker points here. Yeah, it's okay. I don't see any weak spots. So that means I'm going to want this to show up, and I want to put something on there. Let's put some tissue down first. Let's go with this one. I'm going to put it right there. Glue stick. I probably will cover up her, hey, Rhonda. I probably will cover up her Skittles. Cover those babies up. That's the one I used on the mermaid magnet that I made, where I put shells on her and gave her a tail that wiggled. What did I just do with that? Okay, I'm putting this down first because it's got the beige on it. It's not even centered because I'm not good at that. That's not my bag, baby. And I guess I could just cover that so it doesn't matter. I want to take it all the way up here. I didn't glue over the line though. I think this one's running out. Darn it. And then what if I did like, let's pull my girls away here. What if I did like, maybe some writing on the bottom. This is just scrapbook paper. Or some of our wallpaper. You're going sort of more red on the inside. There's my brain going matchy. So I'm going to put that down. And then I'll turn it over and trim it. I'm going to do something on here, on the beige bits. I think I'm going to stamp on it. This is newer wallpaper. The paste will be different, and hopefully the glue stick will do its job. Let's get a stamp out and kind of do some stamping on here before we move on. What kind? I'm just going to pick from something I have on my desk. It's where I stuff the ones I use all the time, or anything that's newer, or if I'm doing a project, what I pull to my desk. Circles. Oh. One of my favorites, perhaps. Numbers. Ladies. Ooh, how about this one? This is one of my new favorites. It's a circle. It's large, but it's not a circle. You can just go right over the center of that gold. I think that's fun. All right. I am more of a bare-chested bed. You're right. You're absolutely right. No. Okay, maybe once or twice in my life, but swimming, you know. I am sort of a badass, though. You're all badasses. I just want you to know that. I really like this. It's technical, it's spider webby, it's round. There's so much to like about it. Probably going to put like a piece of washi tape right here in the center. I'm just going to do this as weird as possible. So YouTube asked permission to post that comment. What? What? All right. Now I'll trim it before I move on. I'm having a hot flash. I brought a wet towel for my neck. That was the other thing. The entire time I was at my mom's, I was having hot flashes. And yesterday, it started at about 10 o'clock in the morning and did not end until I got home last night. I was going to pass out. The end. I don't know what's going on with me. It's just become so extreme that it's hard to get through a day lately. That looks cool, doesn't it? I like that. I mean, all right. Let's get little scissors here. This would be really fun on denim with some frayed edges. Ooh, next time you cut up a pair of jeans, this would be the project for all those scraps. It would be fun to use some things from that were your mom's, Julie, and do yours in like fabric if you're going to do that. I was thinking some really sentimental items work well in this. And then you can hang it on your wall. Put a tassel at the bottom. Just really, it feels so versatile. It's okay, something's going there. All right. Now, how about a piece of washi right here before I decide what goes in that square? This one. I think this is, I don't use a lot of washi. I'm pretty selective about it. This is one of my favorites. My desk is already trashed, you guys. What is going on here? I'm going to just go over the seam. Come on. Now I have tiny pieces of washi stuck to my hands. You don't wear jeans anymore. What am I missing here? I'm missing good stuff, huh? Yeah, it is like a spider web. YouTube is very judgy, and we have to mark that they are not made for children nowadays before it'll even release the video. Like when I get done today, if I don't remember to go in and do that, then it doesn't get put in front of people. Oh, a needle holder. What a great idea. Yeah, definitely this lends to slow stitching, I would say. Oh, and Rhonda, your hot flashes off on somebody? Absolutely. Yeah. They're lucky that I'm a very calm person, because most people, and I tell my husband, he would be angry if it were him. He would live in anger because he's already a grumpy person, you know. Okay, so excuse me. This will end up. Well, I need to get something up here. Pull some of that away because it's just going to be in my way. All right. It needs to be big enough to cover that. And I do like this. Or a bit of the wallpaper. It's so cute. Not quite wide enough. Let's find one that's wider here. I was trying to just use scraps, but for each square, I kind of want to have a whole piece of something. Just have this sitting here next to my desk, so let's find something. I'm gonna lose my goddesses and my mind. Slowly. All right, let's see. Be a great way to use up some of my textured pieces from my texture bucket, I think. Ooh, this is a rug out of a book. That matches. Grab in case I want another one or two here. That's kind of fun. Do some little houses across here. Oh, there's another rug. It's too small for the squares. Figure it out though. Let's see. All the charms and the stitches and This really lends to a lot of mixed media together, which is great. Oh, also, I have this red one. Kind of got some red things happening here. All right. So if I do this and add more washi, or I do this, which I really like this one. So those squares that you cut out are a great way to have a template for pieces that you want to cut out of stuff too. These are a little bit smaller because I've added the wallpaper, but if I go around the edges like this, then it would work. I'm going to put this down and then decide if I want to add some rug. Or you could be like a normal person and measure things, but I don't do that. I like things a little messy, uneven. You know me. That's just who I am. If it was super even, it would really bug me. It's not me. I do have some gel prints sitting over there that I just got a little stack out I should be using. All right, let's see. See how good we did here. Yeah, look at that. A little wide at the bottom. Doesn't help that the paper's curling. Okay. And then I'll do some smaller pieces, I believe. This away. Glue stick. I've had this weird roll of paper. I got it in a craft lot or something, or mom brought it to me from a yard sale in a bag of stuff. And I got it a few years ago, and it was just like it was a roll that was, about 2 feet long and yay wide. And I have hoarded and cut out little strips of numbers and cut out the circles. And on the other side, it's got like some writing, and it might be Christmas. I don't think I've really used this side much, but maybe some of the writing, which, ooh, that's kind of a good idea, the writing. That right there. No, it's not Christmas. It's got some stamps and all kinds of weird stuff on it. It could be Tim Holtz for all I know. I have no idea what this is. Just, I just happen to have it. That's all. You know what? I've got the edges of this rug here. This came out of a book of rug patterns. Like Asian rug patterns, like with antique rugs in it. And it's a really cool book. What if I do that? Okay, let's cut this bit off right there. And I'm not worried about how thick I'm going to make this. I'll just use the bone folder and really go to town. So I'm going to set that there and fold this up where I need it. All right. And it's thicker because it's like a glossy page, so I need to use my other glue. This is like on some handmade paper because where I touched it there, you can see it just kind of came up like tissue, like a toilet paper. It feels handmade too. I don't know what it was from. This is bugging me. Could do one for each holiday. St. Valentine, Santa, doesn't matter. Let's see. So what I'm kind of thinking is the ladies. They are going to get these little scraps off. Be like, where did the big one go? I know you guys are like, she's over there, right? She's in my hand. I'm thinking she's going to go like right here and stand on the center of this. And then I might have one looking in here on this side. And see, she was my original thought. And have something else over here. I don't know. Or maybe she'll be upside down right here. Why not? Right? Or even because why not? I like her here. All right, and then this. I'm going to, this is my favorite one out of, because she's holding up the heart. And I might use that square too. Could use all the squares technically. Don't lose the ladies. Don't lose them. This is like a last thing because I'm going to use some hardware to hold it down. And I want to keep going with the paper. It is weird not to have a mod and hear things and try to remember to look at the screen, I would say. So this is also a stamp, so I could technically get the stamp out, but I thought I have this. It's in the red that I'm seem to be attracted to right now, and I thought it would be good. Maybe this goes up here. Maybe, so this will be a last thing again. After I cover that. That's going to go up there. I think that's the perfect spot. But maybe this paper's, or this paint is really thick on here, and maybe I'll get these in here. It was just a stamp that I used. Maybe another one. I don't need to make it even though. I mean, it's not really necessary. I don't necessarily want it even, right? So slap my hand now. Okay, what else do I have here? Let's see. Oh, that was another lady. Do I have this? I'll probably end up using like a washi tape, I think now. But let's get this covered. If I did this, I don't feel like the white's going to show up, but I really like the stripe. So I would need to like paint it or cover it with white paper first. And I think the easiest thing to do would be to put a tiny bit of gesso on it and or a color on it and then do it. Let me think for a second. Or I really do want, I think, the stripes. So I'm going to do gesso. Makes sense, right? Gosh, but wait. That's like an ornament. I'm going to use my old gesso because it is, oh, never mind. I just want it to dry fast. That's the point. So I'll do that. And then while that's drying, I can do these and make some other choices to unmake. You like her against the red? Yeah, I think she's perfect for this. And then will I like her against the stripes? Oh, hold on just a second here. Let's see how this looks. Am I gonna like her against the stripes? Yeah, because then when I put this up here, it's really gonna show up nicely. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I probably have a black and white striped scrapbook paper if I go look in the bin, but that would be too easy. That's too easy. We can't do easy. What are you talking about? I'm just going to get a nice stiff brush here, and I just need to put kind of a wash over it so that the paper shows up. And maybe even some embossing paste would be a good idea in areas after I get it covered, like over a stencil. I do like a dry brush of white on black. I always like the way that looks if you've got your lines going the same way, like how it's looking right here. Like that. All right, now I'm going to cover the other sides, and I don't want to, I can do the same color, but I don't want to do the same paper, I guess I'm saying. And decide, so this is where kind of a little pocket goes that I can put something in if I want, right here. But then I can also have like a little something to open or to flip up. I already have that that's opening, but well, that's random. I could also have another little thing that opens and has something. I think that's fun. So if I did that, I could do that on both sides in different sort of patterns. That gives me an extra bit of space to work as long as it still folds up. Let me look and see what I got behind me here in this little pile I pulled out. It's just a few things on a tray, just a few little things. Is this the same size? Ooh, kind of is. That is the Da Vinci drawing made into a stamp, which is cool. So I have that. None of that now. Ooh. Hey, you know this blue and white striped paper? Look at what's on the other side. I've got the Statue of Liberty here. Well, we're going to need that. The White House can just burn down for all I care, but that, we need that. Was that wrong of me to say right now? Probably. Was that a bad thing? Let's see. What else is here? I know you guys can't see what I'm digging in. It's just a few things, really. That I've been hoarding forever and ever. And it's a piece of foil. It's like coffee foil, or it was the gold foil, I think, on a piece of scrap that has been embossing paste. I just dropped that on the floor. It's a good thing there's not many papers in there. And it was an offcut from one of the hop projects that I did. And it's that with the ancient text, it looks like, you know, something out of a castle. And I've been hoarding that scrap on my desk forever and ever. Oh, it all landed in the tray. Landed in the tray. So I have some gel prints down here. Let me see what I got. I'll let you guys look. Just kind of what I pulled aside here. Stamped on. This was more like cardstock that I thought maybe I could use to fold. Nope, not seeing it. Give me a moment. Just a moment, please. This is just on my tray here. Ooh, a hand. We might need a hand. Holding up the Statue of Liberty's head, maybe. This is just scraps from projects. I like that. It's cardstock, though. I kind of need some thinner paper. I think that's the thing here at this stage. Cardstock. Cardstock. It's a lot of cardstock. That's a castle. It's a castle made out of sort of ripped paper. This is embossed. It would need to be embossed over the artwork, or it won't work. All right. We're just going to have to figure it out. I'm not getting other weird scraps out. Okay, so these are the same sort of color. I could do some stamping on here, and then suddenly it's even again. Same color, and it would go well with her in the corner here, I think. It's gray. Now, I should be smart and just go all willy-nilly and just glue down whatever and make the point that you don't have to make it match, but I can't help myself. I can't stop. So you know this goes here, or at least a bigger piece of it does. Gonna use a little bit of that. All right. I'm gonna use the castle. And then I know I made it match, but I didn't make it match. That makes me happy. And this. So this it's like a bat skeleton, but it's a flying machine. I like that. Willy-nilly. Oh, is YouTube getting mad at me? Oh, Julie, you can have that container. I feel like just about everything in there I need to chuck at that point. You know, like it's a lot of really the scrappiest scraps, and that's where they have ended up. Leftovers and cutoffs, and you know, I mean, we do get good scraps, but I don't think those are my favorite ones. Yeah, and who is Willy-Nilly anyway? Who is he? I want to know. Okay, I'm going to glue it down. I'm doing it. I think it's about time to get some new glue stick out. I don't know what I just did with the other one, so this one I pulled out of the thing. Oh, there it is. I see it. Behind the gesso. All right. And I'll probably go over my seams with the washi, and that'll make it kind of go together. If I use the same washi, then it would be the matchy bit, which goes with the header, because I think this is an important part. I do have more of this that can be covered in one piece. think she's going to look nice with that castle. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. Do it again. Is anybody doing anything fun this weekend? This is a difficult side to get to here. So am thinking about the needlebook idea there. I think that is such a great idea. Definitely. I'd like to see that. So if you go to Pinterest and you want more ideas, if I haven't given enough, you can actually find photos of actual pocket halters, you know, made out of the felt and the satin and with all the stitching and they put brooches in them like pins, or they safety pin things in them, which is cool. I can't have that. So this is cardstock, so it'll mess with my fold if I have bulk there. See that? There. Get it here. Not cardstock, but all right. Nope. Another missed spot. Okay. So I think I do want to use some of this. It is a thicker paper. I'm going to go ahead and let's see, where's my black and white at? Let's see if I want to use this, or I could use this. It kind of needs to be thinner than that. I do have these stickers that look like book spines. I've got more of them. That's kind of cool. I think it's too thick to use that like washi over the edge. I could use, well, that's too thick too. Turquoise and reds go so well together. Let me grab more of those. Figure out where they're at real quick here. I've got a few different stickers back there. They are, okay. All right, this one right here. And I also have flowers in this one, and I might add some like red roses or some other different colors, and we'll leave that one out. I think a book spine is appropriate. Maybe we've got a different color though. There's one with a goddess on it. Maybe I should use that. Where is she? There's one with a girl. There's one. All right. So if I use her over here, I don't know, that might be a hymn. It Life and Works of William Blake. Because I'm going to have a girl over here. Or Yeats poems. Oh, I think I like that one. And then I really like the tape measures too. I guess we'll use the first one, this one. Unless I have another purple one. This is really purple. How about this? How to Know the Wildflowers. I love that. I think that's nice. All the planning ahead is good and fine with me until I see something else shiny or forget. You guys know that about me by now, right? I'm sorry if I'm missing any comments there. All right, so let's put this on first from the top. So right under the leaf. And hopefully straight, because you guys know. You know the struggle. I love this. And I'm going to kind of push her up a little bit from the bottom this time. Just folding it over. Okay. These are the ones that are a little easier to get off the thing. But then the edges get messed up because they're so thin. They're made out of thinnest washi paper. All right, there we go. Doesn't match, and I'm going for that. Making me happy right now. I don't know where this tiny bead came from, but it's got to move. Okay, so now we've got this, and this is going to show up on here a little better. So I'm going to get a larger piece of that. Just a sec. They're right here. Got a little baggie of tissue paper down here. Of course, there's no stripes. Let me grab the other one. The other one has some that hasn't been unfolded yet. But I know that we use those for Christmas. So we really do have, there's some in here. I mean, they have to be unfolded. And there we go. All right. So I want it to go this way. I don't know why. I just usually like it better vertical. Go ahead and overlap it. I'm going to glue it down first. Make sure and get it really, really, really good. Problem with using a glue stick on a surface this big is it's dry before you're finished. Did I get it on crooked? Maybe I don't want to do that with stripes, but you know, it happens. That's a wonderful idea to use your mother's favorite colors, Julie. Going through paper scraps, they can just move the containers. We all seem to do that, don't we? Just move from container to container because suddenly they've outgrown their container. Speaking truth here, huh? All right. With this one, I think it would be easier if I hold down the edge and just get rid of the bulk of it first. Carefully, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to be torn away on the other side. But I can go around with my some paint pins would be fun around the edges to do some stitches, or you could actually take this to your sewing machine and stitch around it. It would look cool. I just need it to get in here. Smart person would have got it wet first. But, you know, it's me. All right. Now, away. I'm going to move these away that I'm not using here. Might. And get them out of my way. We're getting this covered, aren't we? It's getting there. All right. And so have you guys decided what you're going to make yours about? Besides Julie and her mom, who else has ideas about this? Something's going here, so I don't know why this matters, but less bulk on the folds, I guess. Julie, do you have one of your mom's old shirts that you could make it out of? That would be a good idea too, I think. So I'm probably going to go around and do artificial stitching around the whole thing when I'm done. So I'm not concerned there anyway. Or I'll go around it with some lace even. I mean, if the Catholics did it, it was probably frilly for the women at least. All right, now we're going to lay our ladies out here. And then we'll decide what other sort of, if I want some of these. And we've got our stickers. Do you know what works really well besides stickers? Temporary tattoos. I have used them in the past, and I tend to lose the container once in a while. I got them for my drag cruises for some of the theme costume nights that we did. And so I have these big packs of like the gold and the black and white tattoos, the grown-up ones that you can buy on, well, they're not like grown-up, but you know what I mean. You can buy them on Amazon or wherever, and they're for parties. They're for adults. And I discovered that they work really well on this sort of stuff, and you just seal it afterwards, and it's designs that you wouldn't find otherwise a lot at the time. All right, so I've got a tea bag wisdom piece, and I thought the whole thing could be tea bag. Remember, we did the tea bag wisdom books, little mini books, but this says inner peace creates peace in the world. So what if we have some of this wherever we're going to put her? I'm not sure yet, because she is going to go here with the castle. I'm not going to use her. I am going to use, I think these two go together, the inner peace and the Statue of Liberty. And there's a girl here already, so it's really bugging me there. But it doesn't have to go straight, you know? It does not have to go that way. It could be that she's sinking, right? Trim this out. So I want to lay all this out before I decide what other things go underneath it. That's my number. This goes here. Probably going to trim her so she's just standing on the ground. She doesn't need to be on a base. There we go. I guess she goes all the way up here because we're going to do something like, oh, wait, I can't do that. I'm doing this. Boy, that looks good on there. It's striking. Check that out. Woo! She could always go here, and we could keep our pocket there, place to tuck something. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. Or even this would need to, I would need to make sure that it's between, because it's unshrunk shrink plastic, it needs to be between where the folds are, because I can't expect to fold it and have it work out. I'm going to have you guys help me vote on this part, I guess. Or whatever I put behind her head, it'll get something in the center. I like this better up here, I think. But this is up for discussion, I think. This has to be on the between on this square. As a beginner slow stitcher, I think that's a great idea. Okay, I've got a hand here, and the Statue of Liberty could use a hand. It's not wrong to say. This is just, you guys remember when I saved this hand? It was off of a queen out of an old book or something, I think. Okay, so I am going to put that there. This may be in the hand. Or no, I want her upside down. Okay. Oh, like that. Like that. All right. Something here-ish. Let's see what else we got here. Or could make it smaller. Let's do it and see what it looks like. How do we feel about that? All right, I'm going to do the edges, the corners. Can I have a round of applause, please? Looks like we've got about 15 minutes left. I'm not going to get to all the jewelry that I want to use. Darn, now I can't use one of these because I'm using that. I already decided. And I don't want to use 2 butterflies. So that's okay. It really is okay. On the next one, because I know that I'm going to make more than one. How about a little something, something behind there? And maybe it's a ruffle or some sort of a fabric bit. Using more adornments. I think a pair of glasses might be nice. And where did my Statue of Liberty go? Did you guys see where it flipped off to? Oh, she's right there. Flipped off. Okay. Do I want to do something on that? It is kind of... Got this flocked velvet. It's kind of hard to glue down too. I think something at an angle like that might be nice. You know what? One of these would be easier. If I'm going to do an angle, I'm going to put Statue of Liberty on the insides because I don't want to just look at her right now. I'm kind of mad at her. I could do this black and white, but I've got a black and white hand here, so I kind of need some, ooh, how about some rust with some, you know, my thing here. How about that? That's fun. And where did those squares go that I cut out from the, not there. Must have put it in here. And cut out another one if I need to. Oh, it's right there. Oh. Oh. I forgot I got this tissue paper out, and it's staring at me here on this desk. And you guys have seen me cut these out and use them. It's gold. It's a gold tissue paper. Golden, you know. And so I'm going to cut that out. And I'll cut out this one. I think for behind her head, maybe, or on this card. Let's see if that's it. Or if I need a full round. Oh, that's nice. What do you think? I like that. Bye, Jen. Thank you for being here. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, thanks, Ann. Thanks, Ann. I'm going to go ahead and use that there. And then if I wanted to, I could. It's so matchy-matchy. I don't want to be matchy-matchy. Darn it. No, it's still matchy. I've got the rug here. Torn edges. All right, let's glue these. Dried glue. Now, if I had used school glue, the white would be dissolving and it would look more like a gold stamp, but I didn't, and that's okay. That's all right too. Maybe get a little bit of it. There we go. I'm going to have to go in and cut those bits. It's going to be annoying, but I'll do it. I'll do it for you. All right, and a stamp on this at least because it's so, look how crooked that is, you guys. I'm so bad about it. And I don't notice until it's going to get smaller and smaller like my bangs. I don't notice until it's opened up all the way just how crooked it is. It's still going to be crooked. I'm going to have to make my peace with it. That's fine. All right. Ooh, how about this one is perfect for this, for what this represents. Like, open your eyes. Like, can't you see? Don't be blind. Before I had acrylic blocks, or I only had a couple of them, I had these plastic boxes and I had my favorite stamps and I just used one of the photo glue sticks and glued it down. It's the kind you can peel a photo off and on. So these will come off, but this has always been one of my favorites. So I just kept it on here. That's awesome. I love that. Embossing powder would be a great idea there too. All right. Well, should I do the inside? Should I do it upside down on the inside since she's upside down? Okay. The part I didn't use on the bottom. And on here I have little stars. I could do the inside, the top. There we go. Not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down right there. I think it's appropriate to have her on her side right now. I would have never used the inside of this side of the paper anyway. Isn't that funny? This is the only way I would have ever used this side of that blue striped paper. I love the blue stripes. I've used those a lot, but I hadn't wanted to use the American side. It's origami paper, and it's got several different colors, and they all represent a different part of the world. Like one is French. Let's see. One is American. I can't remember what the other ones are. I haven't had them all out for a while. One might be Japanese. Wait, that's crooked. Representing American rust. We'll at least get the paper part done here. I'm trying to hurry. This has been so much fun. I'm really loving this project, and I can't wait to do a fabric one. I think I might do canvas as one of the fabrics, and do a canvas on the outside, and so I can paint it. I think that would be fun. Maybe you found an ugly painting at the store that's on canvas, a printed canvas, but you liked the frame, so you bought it for the frame, get it home. Maybe you take that apart and you cut your pattern on that. So it's like a landscape, but it's pieces of it that you're seeing, and it doesn't all, you can only see parts. I think that would be really cool. I think I'm going to do it this way and put this here. There we go. And this will go down here, maybe at the very, very top right there. Okay, I'm going to use some tape on this one. I think it'll make sure that it's, like some double-sided tape stuck down really good and quickly. Don't glue shut on me. Hold on. I'm coming. So right there, like that. I'm going to go ahead and put her here because I think we're ready for her. Both of these glue sticks are almost gone. So what I'll do is I'll work on this today while my husband's at work and I'm taking it easy. I have a lot to do, but I really need to sit at my desk today, I think. And I will post pictures on the community page. I also might start another one and take it downstairs for a bit of slow stitching. I think it'll be fun. But I really hope that you guys make this project. If you do, and you're not part of our chat thread and you'd like to be, so I can see the photos, you can send me a message. I'm not on Facebook, but I am on Facebook Messenger, which means that you could be on the chat thread we have on there, or you can just send me a friend request and then you could send me the picture if you'd like. You are welcome to post it anywhere you'd like, and let me know how you like this in the comments if you could. Because that also puts my videos up so other people can see them. And we're not getting a lot of watch time since I changed my schedule. And because I haven't been making regular videos, I've had other stuff going on. We're just doing live streams right now. So it's kind of changed a little because I was Saturday for so many years, and like 4. Because I had a previous channel and we did Saturdays. And now I just changed to Fridays, and I've noticed a drop off, and people maybe are thinking that I'm not doing lives. So a comment goes a long way to help with that. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for doing that if you do. Yeah, it did go by really fast, didn't it? It really did. But share with your friends. I don't have Facebook, but you can share this link on Facebook and let people know if you think this is something they would enjoy and they would love being part of our tribe. That would be really nice for you to invite them and let them know we're here. Anyway, I hope that you like this. This is fun. This is so much fun. I look forward to seeing it finished and inking it and, doing all the stuff to finish it off. But in the end, I might have to refold this piece because it got fat. Because it's very fat. I could also put a button across here. We could do this and then put a button from here to here and something around it. That would be another way to close it now that we've got these on here and they're nice and big. So yeah, it was fun. Thanks, Mo. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Julie. Oh, and thank you, Joanne. I don't know why this hasn't been done on paper like this before, honestly. I don't, this just fits perfectly with, with what we do. So I thought it was fun. I'm going to work on this and I'll post photos. But thank you everyone for joining me today and for watching on replay. Don't forget the thumbs up and a big round of applause for Mo for having those links ready for us. I'd love to see you all enjoy your week. I'll see you next Friday, and go be someone's light today and shine brightly. Thank you guys. Bye for now.